shift on Earth and a solar blast coincide to create the cyclical disaster on Earth, which includes land rising and falling, crust destabilization, great tsunamis, and areas where either great scouring or deposits of sediment occur. Some areas get washed away, others are buried entirely. Folks, it drives me a little nuts that I have to do this, but the Texas Rock Wall, which I mentioned in both night videos the last 2 days, 70-foot tall walls of stone buried under the ground, is a man-made structure. I explained all of this in a video a couple years ago that YouTube ended up deleting, but I'll go over it again here. Let's put aside for the moment that it is a beautifully crafted stone wall structure and enclosure. The History Channel tried to debunk that, saying it was natural, and they did so using isotopes and magnetic field data from the rocks. Their first point was that the magnetism was aligned, and they figured that could only happen if it was a natural structure, because the cutting of the blocks should result in varying magnetic field directions when they built the wall. First, a major electromagnetic event remagnetizes the substance it touches, and a major event from the sun, which we believe is part of the disaster cycle, would do exactly that. Second, we don't know what ancient civilizations knew, and to be able to build such a structure, 70-foot tall walls in antiquity, who says they couldn't tell magnetism? To be honest, with the evidence for solar impact on these catastrophes, I kind of like that explanation better, especially since it would also severely mess with the isotope dating of the material, which they say is 70 million years old, another reason they think it's natural. But all you have to remember is that the Earth cycles and the Sun cycles match up exactly. The solar disaster is evidenced with every single cycle of this catastrophe, and you can explain both the magnetization and the isotopes. So folks, no. It is not a natural formation. Every photo clearly shows that these are stones separated by mortar. The enclosure itself, which you see on the right, includes perfect geometries and straight lines. Nature doesn't do that on this scale. There is a perfectly good explanation for the isotopes and magnetic alignment, and it requires that solar blast that many other lines of evidence says is part of this kind of disaster that could bury such a tremendous structure. One event, everything about the Texas Rock Wall explained. There are several of these circular features as well, all throughout the wall they have dug up so far, and whether those are lookout points or footholds doesn't really matter. Nature doesn't build like that either. Anyway, Texas Rock Wall, not natural, man-made, and covered up by catastrophe.